Hello YouTube, Anders from Finland here with a quick video tutorial on how to modify your NATO straps so that you can put wider NATO straps on your watches with narrow lug widths like this one. This is a Casio AE-1300WH, which I reviewed in my previous video. Be sure to check that out if you're interested. And this is a watch that has 18mm lug width. And this is what the watch looks like on an 18mm NATO strap, and that's why I wanted to put it on a wider one to make it look a little bit more beefy. And I'll just quickly in this video show you how to modify it so that you can put a wider NATO strap. This looks kind of rugged because this was just a spontaneous idea by me, and I did it like at 1 o'clock AM, so the result is what it is, but I think it looks pretty cool. And this is pretty much all you'll need for this modification. You'll need a spring bar tool, a lighter, some sort of pen, a pair of scissors, and some sort of equipment to measure with. But yeah, and today I'm wearing my trusty Seiko ZF17, aka the Seiko Sea Urchin, which I also reviewed. And today I'm wearing it on a 20mm leather NATO strap from Watch Gecko, or Zulu Diver, I think, actually. Yeah, it's not bought for this watch, but I think it looks pretty cool. It gives it some sort of a vintage vibe, so I thought I'd give it a go. Plus this strap is really comfortable, so why not? Let's start off by removing this NATO strap from this watch, and I'll just remove my gloves so that this goes a little bit easier. Let's move these just for a second. Alright, this thing here is going to help me quite a bit, but I'll show you. Well, you'll get the idea on how to do this. It's not rocket science. But anyways, this is just a bargain bin NATO strap I got. I just had it laying around, so I thought I'd do this modification on this one first so I wouldn't ruin any NATO strap I liked. And this time I planned on doing it on my olive green NATO strap to get the result I wanted. I think this would look pretty cool with this watch since it's the same color as the background. Overall pretty tooly look with this combination, I think. But yeah, let's see how this goes. So that's pretty much the result I want to end up with, and what you'll want to do is, of course, measure up your lug-to-lug distance and try to get an estimate on where to cut in 1mm on both, cut in 2mm on both sides so that you can get 22mm down to 18mm. And as I did here with my first one, you can see that the cuts I have are pretty long, and that's because I took it on the safe side, because all of this is going to be on the back side of the watch. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't cut it too short, or I don't don't have these holes distanced too far from each other so that it would look stupid. I wanted it to meet the lugs exactly and not have this 18mm part going down the strap before it widens to 22mm. So that's why these are quite long. You don't need to have them that long, but that's the end result of trying to play it on the safe side. So we'll see what we can manage with this one. But yeah, what you'll have to do is measure this up, and I can of course use this strap to help me out on how to size this up. Let's see. So there's my estimate on where to cut it. I think it'll be a little bit on the snug side, and then we'll have to adjust and cut a little bit more, but at least that's playing it safe. Let's see how this ends up. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you have to, well, maybe you're used to using NATO straps, maybe not, but you have to try to picture where between these two metal keepers you want to have the watch, because that's going to play a large role in how the watch is going to sit on your wrist. So just take a moment to consider that before you start making these markings and doing the cuts. Alright, next what you want to do is heat seal these cuts to make sure they don't start opening, and that way you just make sure that the watch keeps its form and it'll look nicer too. So what you want to do is grab a lighter and just apply some heat. Don't breathe in the smoke like I just did, and just heat seal them up. And of course, remember safety first when using a fire source like a lighter. Don't be irresponsible. Make sure you don't light anything on fire. There we go. Let's see if it'll fit on the first try. Now this thing is a bit of a pain in the if you're trying to get this to fit, especially with Casio, since the lugs are so small and the gap you have to fit this strap through is so small and tight. So we'll see. Alright, that took a while, but I found this. Just flew across the room, so you have to be careful with that. Just see if this will fit. Hey, actually went with the first try, and the measurement is pretty much spot on as well. We'll see. Just a little bit of a pull over here. Not bad. That actually just took maybe 15 minutes. Let's try it on. And there we go. But actually, I think the camo NATO strap, which was a little bit darker, let me get away with sloppy edges, because this one being only one color, you can kind of see that the edges aren't perfect, but I think we can make them better just by modifying them a bit. Let's see. So this is what we're working with. But compared to my first try with that other NATO strap, this was way easier, of course, doing it the second time. Okay, I'm going just to try and memorize what sort of a modification I need to do, but I think this edge and this edge, they're a bit too long still. I need to cut this extra lip off here, and the same thing here. And after that it should be finished. Oh damn, I burned it. Yeah, I think this is going to be my final version. Let's hope it fits good. Okay, that was the second time I lost my spring bar, but after maybe 3 hours of searching, I'm kidding, maybe 5 minutes, I was able to relocate it. Okay, that's actually starting to look pretty decent. This edge has just a little bit of extra that I could still try to cut away and heat seal again, but I think I'll do that later and I'll show you some pictures of the finished thing. But yeah, all in all, it didn't take me that long, maybe half an hour with all the lost spring bars and stuff like that. But if I can do it in front of a camera in 30 minutes, I'm sure anyone watching can do this in 10 minutes or less. And there we have it. I'll share some pictures with you later, and I'll take a video when I have better daylight. I hope you found this video useful and try this out yourself. And if you did find this video useful, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. And now I'll share some pictures with you of the finished strap. And thanks for watching. Until next time, bye bye.